Okay. Let's go ahead and get our game loaded here. Okay, so unfortunately, the last time I played, I was recording and I did almost an hour, and I had went through a little bit of the Mages
So
Guild,
what's this regarding?
and I think maybe one or two more shops after we had sold that stolen red pot. And
What assistance do you need?
after I got done, I noticed that my headset wasn't even plugged in, so not too much happened. I think I may have read a book or two, and we went ahead and we came into the
Outlander.
Okay. So we had come out of here, which was the outfitter, and I believe I went in here and talked to. I think it was a wood elf armorer. Read a book in there, and then came over here to the. This is the Mages Guild. And but the reason why I didn't do it all over again is because I had saved over what I had done. So I
I've
have
heard
to
a
start
lot
over
about
here.
you, Outlander. Go ahead.
I'll try not to make that mistake again. But then we talked to Ronis Athras here and joined the Mages Guild. So we are now on our way to speak with an individual down here, I guess one of the leaders of the Mages Guild. We have talked to, let me go back, we talked to this orc individual, and I believe he sells potions, yes. Lots of potions, we went over the potions.
Say your needs.
And I'm not going to go over it again. There were, I'm not too sure what dialogue boxes we exhausted, but there might have been quite a few. I was going to read the brief history of the Empire, which I may do this video. I'm not too sure yet. Just kind of winging it.
I suppose it is my duty to help those less fortunate than myself.
I did talk to this woman. She offers some pretty expensive spells. There might have been someone else. Okay, so anyways, we have joined the Mages Guild, and we need to speak to this.
So what's this regarding?
Ajira,
You
I think,
want
Ajira,
something?
to get our first duty for the Mages Guild. And we're just going to get the duty, and then we're going to explore more of the Mages Guild, what's left to explore, and explore more Balmora. And I kind of do want to go see that magistrate, or perhaps the corrupted magistrate if he's in Balmora, and the individual who runs the South Wall Corner Club. Okay, so Ajira here says, what brings you to Ajira's shop? Do you want duties from Ajira? Yes. Or do you want the local brews or help in a fight? Some Tovani bug musk? Wonder what that is. So we have a couple more things to look at here. Let's see. Let's click on duties first and get our first duty. She says, yes, Ajira has duties for you. Before Ajira can be a journeyman in the Mages Guild, Ajira must study local mushrooms. Okay. We already know about Mages Guild. To finish Ajira's report, Ajira needs samples of luminous rusula, violet coprinus, bungler's bane, and hypophasia. Ajira knows you can find all these things on the bitter coast. The easiest way is to go south along the river Odai until you see a wooden bridge across the river. Okay, so that was that river that we had tried to rest at, but were unsuccessful. Get out of the river there and find a path west over the hills. Okay, so follow the river down and find a path west over the hills. Okay, so our journal's been updated, and if we forget, we can go back to it. Let's see. Let's click on these herbs here, since we do want to kind of get into some alchemy. She says Russula comes from a short, smelly toadstool, which is brown on top. Okay, so a brown mushroom. Violet coprinus. Coprinus comes from long-stemmed toadstools, which glow blue at night. Okay, I think we might actually have one of those. We'll see. Bungler's bane. Okay, we've seen that on a tree. Bungler's bane grows on trees and sometimes other things. It looks like the tree has brown shelves. Ajira warns you not to eat Bungler's bane. Okay, so poisonous, perhaps. And then the last one here is Hypophasia. Hypophasia looks much like Bungler's bane and grows like a shelf on trees and other things. Hypophasia is safe to eat, but make sure it is not Bungler's bane. Okay, so lots of warnings here about this Bungler's bane. Could be highly poisonous, so we need to watch out for the Bungler's bane as well as the other diseases like Corpus. Let's see, or Copris. We'll figure out if it's Corpus or Copris. We'll figure that out later. Let's see. Let's ask her about these. Okay, so we asked her about the mushrooms. Let's see. Do you have samples of all the mushrooms? No, not yet. Okay, so she finishes with, please harry Jericho. Ajira wants to be a journeyman very soon. Okay. And I don't know if it was the last video or what we talked about, but I thought it was very interesting that the Khajiit talk in the third person view, and none of the other races of Morrowind do. So let's see what she has to barter. She has mini potions, some alchemy things. She has some emerald, eggs, mortar and pestle, journeyman's retort. Okay, so that probably is for alchemy. Journeyman's alembic, which looks pretty cool, and apprentice's calcinator. Okay. Wish there was a description that says what these are, but we'll come back to those. Okay. Well, what else did she say here? Do you want the local brews? Let's see, brews, I'm guessing that's alcohol. Yes, Ajira sells Mazd, Flynn, and Sujama. They make you as strong as a Kagouti and half as smart. Puts hair on your face. How about help in a fight? Ajira sells potions of restore health for when you're bleeding and potions of restore fatigue when you're weary. How about this Telvanni bug musk? What is this about? Ajira does not like the Telvanni, but even Khajiit like the smell of bug musk. Try some and smell how all the women like you. Okay, so some kind of cologne. Perhaps maybe for Khajiit only. Maybe for all women. Not too sure. Let's see here. Too many things to ask her. Okay, so this is one of the characters that does not have latest rumors or little secret or advice. It's just strictly about. Here's this Foyata Mamea, which we found out is a ravine that leads to Red Mountain. Oh yes, right here. Foyatas are valleys made by lava from Red Mountain. Foyata Mamea is very old. very easily recognized. An old Wimmer bridge crosses the Foyada near Fort Moonmoth. Okay, so that's where that Fort Moonmoth is where that individual who fights corruption, who's going against that, I'm guessing going against that magistrate of Balmora, who sounds a little corrupted. Okay, here's some of the items here for alchemy. You have the retort.
I heard something.
You have the alembic. This is the calcinator here, and perhaps later I'll do some research or something to see actually what those things are, because it does sound interesting. We have a book here. Oh, that's right. I wanted to go ahead and read. I picked up a couple books from the chest of the Mages Guild's chest. One of them was The Origin of the Mages Guild, and the other, The Spirit of the Daedra. Let's go ahead and read The Spirit of Daedra. That sounds interesting. Let's go ahead and give that a read. Okay, just going to see how long this is. Okay, so not too long. Now let's go ahead and get started here. It says, how you should know us. Death, defeat, and fear. We do not die, we do not fear death. Destroy the body, and the animus is cast into darkness, but the animus returns. But we are not all brave. We feel pain and fear it. We feel shame and fear it. We feel loss and fear it. We hate the darkness and fear it. Okay, so I don't know if is this about the Daedra themselves? Let's continue reading. The scamps have small thoughts and cannot fear greatly. The Vermi have no thoughts and cannot fear. The Dromora have deep thoughts and must master fear to overcome it. Okay, the clan bond. We are not born, we have not fathers or mothers, yet we have kin and clans. The clan form is strong, it shapes body and thought, and the clan form is strength and purpose. Okay. Then it says the oath bond. We serve by choice. We serve the strong so that their strength might shield us. Clans serve by long practice, but practice may change. Dromora have long served Dagon, but not always so. Okay, I wonder if Dagon is an individual, or is it a group of people, or Daedrix or Daedras. Practice is secure when oath bonds are secure and trust is shared. When oath bonds are weak, there's pain and shame and loss and darkness and great fear. How we think about man. Okay, so I'm guessing this is how the Daedra think about man. Perhaps you find scamps comic and vermi brutish. How then do you imagine we view you humans? You are the prey and we are the huntsmen. The scamps are the hounds and the vermi the beaters. Your flesh is sweet and the chase is derivative. Okay, so is this written by the Dromora? Saying how they may be well, let's move on. Okay. As you may sometimes praise the fox or hare, admiring its cunning and speed, and lamenting as the hounds tear its flesh, so do we sometimes admire our prey, and secretly applaud when it cheats our snares or eludes pursuit. But like all worldly things, you will in time wear and be used up. You age, grow ugly, weak, and foolish. You are always lost, late or soon. Sometimes the prey turns upon us and bites. It is a small thing. When wounded or weary, we fly away to restore. Sometimes a precious thing is lost, but that risk makes the chase all the sweeter. Man's mystery. Man is mortal and doomed to death and failure and loss. This lies beyond our comprehension. Why do you not despair? Okay. So some pretty interesting lore on the Daedra there. They sound like if a Daedra person had written that, intelligent enough to to have those thoughts. So they're not, they're not zombies or anything. Let's talk to this individual here. I believe this is the one that does the
There is much to learn.
teleporting services. Mussolini Marion. I'm Mussolini Marion, the Breton guild guide. I provide instantaneous transport between various mages guilds halls on Vardenfell. What is your destination? I can also help with local information. Do you need services? Are you looking for some specific place or for someone in particular? Okay. Let's see what she has on the destination list here. She said she can teleport us instantly from Mages Guild, here in Balmora to the Vivek Mages Guild, or the Alderun Mages Guild, or the Caldera Mages Guild, or Sadrith Mora. Okay, so a number of places to be teleported to. Now, is she going to tell us about the Kamana Tong? No. Okay, there's that bet that we talk about with the Gall to beer. Okay, that's one thing that we missed. Someone had said that two individuals from the Mages Guild had gotten into an argument and summoned some flame astronauts in one of the libraries, which I thought was kind of funny, entertaining. Let's ask her for a little advice. Okay, she says invest in potions to restore magicka in hostile territory. These potions can save you a lot of downtime. Even supposing you can find some safe place to get some rest and regain your magicka, who needs the aggravation? Okay. So she knows a little secret. Everybody can learn a few spells. You don't need to be a wizard to cast spells. It makes life easier. And when you learn a spell, practice. That's the only way to learn, and it helps to pass time. Okay. Let's ask about this Bacala Clausius again. The owner and proprietor of the South Wall. Okay, so that's one of the individuals I wanted to go and talk to. His name is mentioned quite a few times, and it seems like everyone knows who that individual is. Okay, where were you? Dragonbroke. Sounds like maybe a story. Mages Guild Charter. Okay, we can give this one a read. Imperial Charter of the Guild of Mages. 1. Purpose. The Guild of Mages provides benefits to scholars of magic and establish laws regarding the proper use of magic. The Guild is dedicated to the collection, preservation, and distribution of magical knowledge, with an emphasis on ensuring that all citizens of Tamriel benefit from this knowledge. Number 2. Authority. The authority of the Guild, Mages Guild. The Guild of Mages was established on Somerset Island in the year 230 of the Second Era by Vanus Galerian and Rillis XII. It was later confirmed by the Guild's Act of Potentate Versidu Shine. 3. Rules and procedures. Crimes against fellow members of the Guild are treated with the harshest discipline. Whether a member may regain their status in the Guild is determined by the Archmage. Okay. So no crimes against each other. I guess that might be one of the only rules. Number 4 says membership requirements. The Guild of Mages only accepts candidates of keen intelligence and dominant will. Candidates must exhibit mastery in the great schools of magic, destruction, alteration, illusion, and mysticism. Candidates must also display practical knowledge of enchantments and alchemical processes. Which is funny because when I in the last video, which I didn't record, we walked in and just asked if we could be in the Mages Guild, and the person said yes right away. So they must be a little short on people here in the Mages Guild. Okay, number 5, applications for membership. Candidates must present themselves to the steward of the guild hall for examination and approval. Attachment A. Mages Guild chapters in Vardenfell District. Province of Morrowind chapters are established in guild-owned freestanding guild halls in the town of Alderaan, Balmora, and Caldera. The chapter in Sadrith Mora is established in Wolverine Hall under lease from the Telvanni Council. The chapter in Vivek is established in the Foreign Quarter under lease from the Tribunal Temple. Okay. So let's just kind of explore a little more. This seems over here seems to be some kind of dorm area. We've got a closet here with a lock level 15. We did talk
My
to this
patience
woman.
is limited.
I'm not going to read those books right now. I really do want to read the brief history of the Empire, the 4 volumes. Now, if that's all there is, there's only 4 volumes. I do not know. Let's just look how long these are. I expect them to be. Okay, so we're looking at about 8-10 pages each. Okay, so not too long, about 40 pages. But we'll do that another video, perhaps after I go ahead and explore a little more of the Mages Guild. And that's all we'll do in this video. We talked to that individual there. And let's go see our journal. I believe that okay, so yeah, Azure gave us the duty to go collect the mushrooms south of the Odai, or south of Balmora. You got to take a road west of Odai. Okay, so that's the individual that hired us into this Mages Guild. I talked to this
This
woman
better be important.
before in the last video. This is the one that got into the fight with Azir with the flame acronauts and the library. And one thing I wanted to point out that I pointed out in the last video was that she did have quite a expensive item here. It's a Grand Soul Gem with a winged Twilight trapped inside, and it has a value of 60,000 and only weighs 2 units. I thought that was interesting. And the fact that she just keeps it right here where any thief can come, and she has a lock just of 90 there. Let's see where this door leads to. It goes outside. Is this some kind of porch area? Okay. Not really I guess it could be used as a porch area. More like just a stairway. Okay.
Outlander, what do you want?
Alright, let's go back down here. This video is going to be relatively a lot shorter than the other ones, because I want to do the brief history of the Empire on one video, so we can understand exactly a little lore of the Empire. So I'll go ahead and cut the video right here, and please join me on the next one. Alright, thanks guys.